This is Tom Meyer, Superintendent, Bellevue Community School District in Bellevue, Iowa, coming to you with this week's Believe in the Blue update. Want everyone to know, if you don't already, there's no school day at the Bellevue schools based on the weather conditions. Roughly 6 inches of snow or so as I was walking. Actually, I'm going to go out and scoop some snow out in front of the school here fairly soon. But there's no school day, and there is no middle school basketball game against Marquette. I know it's in town, but we don't have school, so that's kind of where that's at that way. I want to wish our wrestlers good luck this weekend. Austin Mickles, Hunter Clausen, and Ethan Nemers all advanced to the regional finals, I guess you would say, and that is at Jessup tomorrow starting at noon. Wish those guys the best. They put a lot of time into, along with Coach Rip, Coach Pritchard, Coach Bauer, a whole bunch of other people that way have really helped out. A great program they've really developed here in the last several years. So thanks for their efforts, and let's try to make that pay off and get to the state tournament here for next weekend, and that starts tomorrow for us to try to qualify. Some other events, we have the community archery tournament here this weekend. Actually, the Bellevue students will be shooting on today down to elementary, I believe, tonight, and then other teams will actually be shooting on Saturday out here at the middle school, high school. That'll be in the main gym as our west gym. We're putting in a new floor there that way. It'll be a parquet wood type looking floor going right over top of the current floor. The most economical fix we could have for it that way in many ways, and it's going to be a very nice floor for everyone to have. Once again, a wood floor, a parquet type looking floor. So you're aware of that way. Next week we have boys basketball at Monticello on Monday night against West Branch. Encourage you to go up to that one that way. We have on Tuesday night our girls play at home, and they will play at home against either North Cedar or Durant, the winner of that game that's happening soon. And then our girls would play again next a week from today, I guess on Friday, and that would be at Beckman at Dyersville. And they would play either Maquoketa Valley, Sumner Fredericksburg, or Starmont. So not sure who will win that, but we have to get that far too. Then if we would win that one, we'd be in the regional final, and we would play that at Dubuque Senior against a team to be determined that way. So girls have had a great year. Boys have made a ton of improvements that way. Some milestones. Rebecca Schrader set the all-time rebounding list. Cam Race set a three-point record for a season. And then also Kay Doherty, along with being a 1,000-point scorer and the all-time leading scorer here, he also set the single-point season record that way for the Bellevue Comets. So a lot of great things happen with a lot of our students. All-state speech. We qualified someone for the all-state contest. They're non-participants, but they are Andrew Penniston, Alex Reed, and Brianna Bush. Congratulations to them and their coaches, Pam Van Vleck and Aaron Fisher. Excellent job. Just the great things are happening. It's highlighting some of those things. I know I'm leaving some things out, but just want to highlight some of those things. The All-State honor is a very huge honor that way, so I want to thank them for their efforts as well. Continuing out the schedule for the week that way, Tuesday we have middle school basketball at home for our boys, and that is against Northeast. Our 8th grade boys go on the road to Northeast. On Thursday night, middle school boys are once home again. 7th and 8th are both home that night too, so come out and enjoy that game. That way they're putting out a great effort there. Some other just general things there that way. Next Saturday is the Community Club Basketball Tournament, Saturday and Sunday. That is out here at the main gym. That's also at Marquette Catholic. That way, a great community club, anywhere from grades 4 through 8. Teams from various areas around us come into that tournament. Community Club does a great job of organizing that event, and all the proceeds, all the funds go right back to the community, and our school has benefited from that. Specifically, our students have benefited from that. Improvements to Cole Park, basketball courts, tennis courts, on down the line. They've done a lot of great things, so thanks to all of them for all that. This Monday night, we have a school board meeting here at Bellevue Community Schools, and we'll be talking about the facilities, but we also have some second graders coming to present their passion projects, some STEM projects they're doing with building things with wood and things like that way. Chris Kellogg and some of her students will be coming up, and then on the 27th of February, so look at my calendar there, they will have a night themselves. That will be Chris Kellogg along with Brittany Decker. They will both be having their students present their passion projects to parents and anyone else who wants to come. Then February 28th, another event, we have a facilities committee meeting. That way they talk about what's going on with facilities, just saying specifically the Bellevue Elementary School. So I'll get you caught up on that. But on Monday night at the board meeting, going right back to that full circle around again, we are talking about the facilities. We'll have some people presenting about the master plan that was developed, some ideas of what we can do, and have the board decide if we want to continue to move forward to passing a potential referendum, probably in September. It could be later than that, but looking to build a new elementary. We do have the oldest operating school in the state of Iowa at the elementary. Parts of that are from 1848 on the National Historic Register. There are definitely no plans to knock that building down. We would look at doing some renovations through some other groups who would take it for the community and make it what the community wants. When we've had those community engagement meetings, that has really been the reason to find out what does the community want. As a school district, as a superintendent, I have a role, I have a responsibility to find out what does the community want, what do they think, and try to represent that as best as possible. So I'll give you some information that way, but those are just some general things I will share with you. We'll get more information out after the board meeting on what will happen and in upcoming Believe in the Blue updates that way. I want to take another part of this book here, The Innovator's Mindset by George Couros that way. It talks about how the aspect of what you can do with what you know. The world only cares about and pays off on what you can do with what you know, and it doesn't care how you learned it. Talking about Google there, and then they go on to talking about failure and really working hard, and sometimes things don't work out the way you want them. But having the freedom to fail is important to innovation. But even more important to the process are the traits of resiliency and grit, which I think I've talked about before here. I know I have. Resiliency is the ability to come back after a defeat or unsuccessful attempt. Grit is resolve or strength of character. These two characteristics need to be continuously developed as we look for new and better ways to serve our students and for anyone to improve themselves as well. That's one thing we're really putting an emphasis on, continue to put this emphasis on. What can students do with what they know? I can get an A on a test. I can score 99 percentile on a standardized test. But what does that really do for me? How can I apply my information? You're not going to be given a multiple choice test in life. How can you explain the information? How can you share the information on down the line? Those are the important things and the things that we stress here, things that we will continue to stress and continue to improve on through the years that way. Kind of behind me here, what is the purpose of our education system? How do we engage students in their learning? And why do students come to school? Let's be honest here. Why do they come to school? Part of it is a social aspect that way, but we also have to make sure that they want to come to school because they know they're being prepared for life after high school. Our graduation rates are very high, 100% several years here, but we also have a high amount of students going to college, but there are different types of college, different types of training. How are we preparing them? So we always have to keep that in focus, and I've spoke way too long today, but remember we do have a board meeting Monday night at 6:30. Anyone wants to attend, we'll have several visitors there talking about the facilities and everything like that. If you have a question ever, please feel free to contact me. I'm out here at the middle school, high school area where the central office is at, but please feel free to contact me. Have a great one, everyone. Stay warm, stay dry, have fun.